Today, we are going to do some wire work. This is kind of important because there's a lot of people that don't have access to something like this. They can't really just go out and buy it. So I want to show something useful that you could like literally make yourself. Also want to talk about the limitations for commercially made ones. Problem with commercially made ones is that obviously as far as the shape and function are concerned, you're limited to whatever they're offering. So for this particular one, and we're gonna make like three sizes. So one for small lures, one for perhaps bigger, and then we'll make something for like big stuff. So basically, you can choose the size of the wire that you're going with. This is about a number 10. We have a number 20, and then this one's thick. This is like 300, 400 pound test, or 600, something like that. So I'm just showing you what you can do. Okay, you'll need some type of loop or eye-forming pliers. This is from AFW. This one here is a jeweler's loop maker, and then there's also a bigger one, so kind of depends on what you have, but it's important that you have this so that you actually have perfect circles. So majority of the time when you're making like for the small ones, what you want is something that has like a small loop. For this particular one, the smallest size loop here is just right. Okay, now commercially available ones for this particular size would be smaller. And that's kind of a problem because what happens is when you put your lure on, it's going to restrict the movement. Okay, this is a very good example because this is on the big side right here. As you can see, it still has a lot of movement. Now, if you switch to a smaller lure, you can find that this one is actually more than adequate. Now, what you want though is for that to be a perfect circle. So this is where a loop forming tool comes in handy. So from there, what you need is, what I found works for me, is an Allen key. An Allen key is great because it has a flat surface. So from there, I'm just gonna take my needle nose vice grip right there. Okay, so I'm gonna just fasten it, and I'm gonna make sure that this is on flat. Okay, very important. An Allen key has this L, and that L helps you when you're actually turning this. What's important here when you're turning is that you're making like a nice even spiral, and you're gonna make like 3 or 4 of that. Okay, so we're on our third, and then we'll do a fourth like so. Okay, and don't mind that that piece is long because you can fix that. Now the advantage of course with this one is that you can just pull it. Now a thing to note when you're doing stuff like this, it could be that you want these loops to be smaller. Okay, the problem is if I did that any smaller, you wouldn't be able to see it. So the most ideal for this would be the smallest size that I have here, but it's very difficult to see. But we'll do this after. Okay, we'll do it after so that you can see what the difference is. Now from here, what you need to do is cut that thing. Okay, and just cut it as close to the other wire as possible. That way nothing sticks out. Okay, just like that, we cut it. So basically what happens is that you have this one little nib right there that kind of is the one that you put your lure in like that, and then you just twist it. And then after you twist this, it will go all the way to the eye. It's gonna be easier with the eye here. Right now it doesn't flip because it's getting stuck, but that's it. Okay, ideally when you have your eye here, it's gonna be quite fast. Now having it go out, it's just a simple matter of, see, you're holding it and you're just twisting. Bang, just like that. So it's fast. That's the good thing about this. You can lessen the number of twists that you have according to the just let me just do this for you here. Okay, so there's your line tie. So you can limit the number of twists according to how much what the gauge of the wire you're using is. The thicker it is, the less you would have to actually have that spiral. Okay, and then you make another eye for your line tie. And then take that off. And then bang, there goes your casting clip. Now again, you know, just a matter of just going like that, easy peasy, and it's not gonna come off. There's no part that's going to snap off, you know, snap on or off. It's just that. Okay, and it's very, very easy to make. See, boom. Now let's do this with a smaller sized loop, as I mentioned earlier. That way you can see exactly how it looks like in practice. A lot of people will have access to this as opposed to the AFW version, so we're gonna use this just to show you that it can do the same work. The other one is just easier to work with. That's all it is. And it'll give you a lot of consistency. The AFW one. So for this, I have to fiddle around and see exactly which one's like the center or whatever. But it works pretty much the same. What I can't live without are these flat nose pliers. These are, for me, quite essential. Okay. Now, take this. Okay. Go. There's your 4 wraps. Take it off and you'll find that the wraps are smaller. Just kind of hard to see. That's my problem when showing you the first time, so at least you have an idea. Yeah. Now, take the small eye here. And it has to be a smaller one for your leader. Otherwise, it's going to look weird, you know. So your line tie is smaller than the eye. Okay. And then I do 3 to 4 barrel wraps here. You could do more if you want, obviously. And just like that, you have that. And this is quite strong. I mean, this is actually a pretty thin wire, but as you can see there, that's quite sturdy. Okay, and the good thing about this is it also doubles as a wire leader. Okay, so again, it's the same thing. You just twist and then there it is. Good for casting jigs as well. And I wouldn't recommend it for light shore jigging, but for lures, definitely for ultralight. And there we go. That's easy and fast. Just like that. All right, let's make a bigger version. Right there. Okay. Not the right size lure, but this is for medium sized lures. Bang. That'll catch you like a good sized tuna as well, you know, so tuna casting and stuff. Schoolie tuna, like long tails that we have here. So a quick change. Right now, let's make like a really thick one. Okay, now just the eye. I had to make this when I was a kid because I didn't have access to, you know, snaps and stuff. And the snaps that we bought, they were the clip type. So when I saw pigtail swivels and the pigtail snaps, actually kind of gave me an idea of making like a shorter version that I could use for lures, and this is how this came about. So from here, it's actually just easy sailing. Okay, now a trick that I've learned is to just put a nick on that right there. Then turn it. And then once you reach that, you can just go back and actually break. There we go. Now you have your clip. This, you know, you can have the eye flat, you can have the eye whichever direction you want, but basically the function that you get from this is actually pretty cool. There you have it. Okay, a clip that you could use, that you can make your own, very, very secure, and there are no snaps to unsnap mid-fight. This doesn't stretch out depending on obviously the wire that you use, but that's gonna be on you. Okay, so there it is. The snaps will work, and all it is just Allen keys and tools. Alrighty, so if you like this sort of stuff, I advise you to actually check out the channel and subscribe. Now, if you are handy with the tools, then you can follow along and you know, make all these things. But if you're not, share this video with a friend that's good with his hands to make these things and help you out and possibly get some guidance from there. Just show him the video and the tools that I've used, and you know, that's a very good way to learn as well. So it also helps the channel. So like, share, subscribe. Before we go, I'd like to thank the members. Members are subscribers that want to do something extra to help the channel move forward. So if you're interested to be a member, just click on the join button. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.